6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.
Hey everybody, welcome to the True Crime Squad. I'm Kristi Brower, here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Katie Weaver. Hey Katie.
How's it going?
It is going well. How are you?
I'm well. Our weather is gorgeous and our trip is this week. I had to order a backpack because I have not flown in more than a decade.
Yes.
And my girls were like, you just need a backpack, like for your personal item on the plane. And I was like, I don't even have a backpack. So of course they're like, just borrow one from Scott. And I'm like, well, no. So
you need a cute one.
This is my backpack.
Oh, well, of course it is.
Isn't it cute? It's kind of small-ish, but I think that's fine. I don't need to put a lot in it, just, medicine and stuff. But anyway, I'm so excited. It just came today, just now.
That's perfect.
And I love it. Yeah. So I'm very excited for our trip and kind of scared. I haven't flown in so long, but I know you guys have all flown more often than me. So I know I'll be fine, but I am a little nervous. Yeah.
It'll be fine. I don't think we're going to get cavity searched or anything, really.
I was hoping, so thanks for that.
I mean, one of the last times I flew, I got to my destination with my sunscreen and didn't get home with my sunscreen because on the way home, they decided my sunscreen was way too big.
Oh.
But the airport on the way there didn't care.
Didn't care. Wow.
It's just kind of how flying goes these days.
It is. And because of the disease I have in my legs, lipedema, because you have big fluid pockets in your legs, it sets off the scanner. And so people with lipedema always have to have the whole wand and the feel up and stuff because it seems as though perhaps you have some kind of, I don't know, clear something they can't identify in your legs. Because you do, but it's just fluid. So
that's funny.
Anyway, apparently that's a real thing that happens to people with lipedema. So we'll find out. Maybe not me, right?
My blood sugar monitor is a funny one too because I wear a continuous glucose monitor.
Yeah.
And some airports are like, "Oh, no, you're fine." And other airports have to swab it for explosives. I'm like, well, that is a really little bomb. I don't think it's going to hurt much.
There you go. I do have a tiny bit of show and tell. We designed a new hoodie for the spooky season.
Oh, cute.
It's these little Technicolor ghosties. Are they cute? Trick-or-treating.
They're very cute.
I love it. So I'll put a link in the chat room. And also, Scott put these up at an insanely good price because he just really wanted to do some fun Halloween thing that gets pulled down on October 31st and is done.
Nice.
So, yeah. So I just put a link in the chat room if you're interested. But you can also find it over on my Etsy, which is Joyful Goddess Designs. Or if you go to truecrimesquad.com, you can find it easier. The really weird thing with Etsy is that it's nearly impossible to find seller names on Etsy. And it's easier to go to Google and just type in Joyful Goddess Designs Etsy. You'll go straight to my page. If you go to Etsy and ask for Joyful Goddess Designs, they don't know who that is. They've never heard of them before.
Yeah. I have noticed that. That's a dumb thing.
Yeah, they have a real hole in their system there. So anyway, go to Google and look for it or go to truecrimesquad.com and there's a link there. But at any rate, yeah, they're fun. He also has, he designed one of Labubus that are like, there's a mummy, there's the Scream mask, there's Freddy Krueger, and I can't remember what the other one is. And it looks just like this, only they're Labubus, and it's so freaking cute. But he stitched it out last night and felt like his design needs a little bit more work. So it's not ready yet, but I'm going to push for soon because it's cute as hell. So there you go.
And it's time. It's spooky season.
Our yard is done. I need to make a video for you guys. Yeah, we're in it.
You really do, because you don't even need to go to a haunted house. All you got to do is just watch a video of Katie and Scott's yard. For real. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sandy is here with me. She's already begun the attempts at scratching me if I'm not petting her enough. That's been her real thing the last couple of weeks. I don't know if any of you have noticed me get a little blood mark on my cheek or on my lip during the show, but that has happened because the true crime cat is not to be ignored. And
Yeah.
petting her with one hand is not enough. So anyway, she's here.
She needs all the pets. Excuse you. Yeah.
She does need all the pets. We will be seeing plenty of reacts out of her during the show today, as we always do. And we have a lot for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what we don't have. We don't have any Charlie Kirk content because
yeah. Aren't you getting enough
I don't know
of that?
about y'all. I'm sick to death of it. And we do have some things to say because this is fairly local to us and is our former religion and things like that. Maybe we'll talk about it eventually, but we are not talking about it right now.
No.
But we are. Katie does have a pretty good WTF news for us that I called FBI Stinker.
Uh-huh. What goes hand in hand with animal shelters? Well, in Montana, it's burning meth.
What?
Yeah.
No.
This is the Yellowstone Animal Shelter in Billings, Montana. And the Yellowstone Animal Shelter has a incinerator for burning animals, for cremating animals. Well, apparently, this is the only such facility in the Billings area. And so the FBI and local law enforcement also use it to burn up. Every few months they show up and they burn up a bunch of drugs that have been confiscated.
My God.
This always seems like a bad idea to me. There's no part of me that thinks that in a building where animals are housed or humans, that these drugs should
living thing.
Yeah, just get burned. So apparently it's been going on for quite a while, but the director of the animal shelter says that a couple of years ago, they began to have some kind of an HVAC situation. They all share the same HVAC. So there's
also bad.
Yes. So for apparently the last 2 years, there has been a bit of a smoke leak situation.
Oh my God.
I mean, does this just sound like what in the actual hell to all of you?
Yes.
Okay. So last Wednesday, the FBI showed up to burn up 2 pounds of meth. The shelter director says she was not alerted and had no idea they were coming that day or that was happening that moment. So they burned 2 pounds of meth, and for whatever reason, the smoke started filling up the building because of what they're calling a negative pressure issue, and that there's supposed to be a fan that helps to blow it outside, but for whatever reason, the fan was, depending on the article, not available or not in use.
I mean, equally bad.
So the building fills up with burned up meth smoke.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. So it starts filling up the building, and 14 employees are sick. And also,
oh my God,
the animals. So
right, much smaller than the people.
These poor people are being exposed to this and are becoming ill and are trying to evacuate 75 dogs and cats.
Oh my God, that is a lot.
The shelter workers, they are saying that they had symptoms like headaches, sore throats, dizziness, coughing, and sweating. Most of them were treated in an oxygen chamber. Some people have had symptoms lingering. Duh.
Yeah.
All of the animals have now been evacuated and relocated. So they're all in temporary fosters or at another facility for now. So
Good
the shelter,
Lord.
I mean, what the fuck? Seriously.
Not one brain cell amongst them, really?
How is this ever happening? How is this ever happening? That shows absolutely no care for the welfare of the animals or the people that are in this facility. It just doesn't.
Well, and just no awareness of what a dangerous substance they were burning. Like, holy hell.
I feel so bad for the animal shelter employees because you know that these people's hearts bleed for animals. They work there for
Right.
that reason. And obviously, the county has seriously been mistreating this facility for a long time because they've been having these same issues for 2 years.
That is
2 years.
insane. Insane.
And not only is the county like, well, we don't have another facility, we gotta do it here, but also, well, apparently they're just too damn cheap to fix the HVAC, to fix the exhaust system. Like, what?
Right.
How is
Like
this
they'd
been
rather
allowed to
risk
happen?
the lives of the people and the animals in the shelter? Like, what the hell?
And you know that the people that work in this shelter probably make very little money. Many of
Right.
them are probably volunteers, my assumption. I don't know that for sure. But how in the actual hell has this been allowed to go on? And I can only imagine what the director has been through with this stuff, and yet she probably wants to keep her job, and probably
Right.
wants to take care of the animals to the best of her ability. But this is how very little they care about the animals in that shelter or the people who care for them.
Yeah, that is horrific.
Right, Kathy? That was my thought too. What is OSHA going to say about this?
It's not going to be pretty.
So here's some things that are coming up. Obviously, so Trinity Halverson is the director, and she's saying that she was not informed. The staff and other leadership have had frustration because there have been other instances of this and nothing has been fixed. But they just
I
keep coming
mean,
in there. Who in the
they
hell
got
at
to,
the FBI thinks this is safe? Who? Who?
right, right. And I think maybe they need to burn their drugs somewhere else, for God's sake.
Right. Maybe it's time to, I don't know, invest in an incinerator elsewhere.
Right.
There's also people in the community that are like, wait a damn minute, this is happening? Is this blowing into my house, my neighborhood, the schoolyard?
Right.
Like, how is this safe for the community at all?
I can't imagine that it is.
So, some of the
I,
things that are being investigated currently are whether the incinerator was operating at the proper temperature, whether safety protocols like the exhaust ventilation, fans, pressure controls were actually used and followed, and what the scope of the contamination is. So, for now, the shelter remains closed because, remember, this is at least 14 people that work there are currently not working because this has happened, and they've had to close the facility and hire a restoration company.
oh my God. And can you imagine the cleanup?
Right. So they have air quality testing happening as well as samples that are being analyzed by an industrial hygienist.
Wow.
They are saying lab results might come in the next week, and restoration could take up to 10 days over the next 3 weeks or up to 3 weeks. They are saying that it's possible that the drywall, insulation, wood, and textiles might all have to be replaced because they could all be, contaminated with meth.
Right.
With meth.
Oh my
So some of the
God.
walls might actually have to be torn out. And all of the animal supplies, towels, bedding, food, employee belongings, all of those things are likely going to have to be discarded and replaced.
This was a
You know what would
really
have probably
expensive
been
mistake.
cheaper? Yeah,
Not
maybe
doing
just
this at all.
not doing this at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so as we know, the shelter's closed. The animals are either being housed at a place called the Learning Center, or they are in foster cares or at partner veterinary clinics that have taken as many of them as they can.
Oh my God.
They are at this point not taking any new animals, which is also a problem in their community because there's
Sure.
always a need for the animal shelter.
Right. That's why everyone has one.
Yep. Now we do know that all 14 employees are being still being monitored, and some of them are still experiencing symptoms.
Oh my God.
So big questions right now about why the shelter director didn't know this was happening.
Right.
Honestly, why is it happening at all? But why is it happening while there's other people in the building? But that doesn't really matter
Right.
because it would always be happening with 75 animals in the building.
Right.
So it's a disgusting, stupid situation, without question. And
Absolutely.
I really feel for the people that were trying to take care of those animals. It also sounds like many of them
Yes.
allowed themselves to continue to be exposed and get sicker in trying to drag all these animals outside
Of course, they're
and
trying
get
to
them
save the
evacuated.
animals.
Oh, can you imagine the phone trees that were going off trying to get
No.
the Humane Society and, other foster
And
people
vets
in and
and
vets? And
yeah.
what's not being reported is how the animals are doing.
Yeah. How are the animals doing? Oh, I
Yeah,
would imagine they've lost some,
yeah.
which is really sad.
Good point, Christy. I hope none of the staff work second jobs with random drug tests, right?
Right. Like, I mean, or are recovering meth addicts who just got an exposure, like think about there's so
Yeah.
many ways in which this is so terrible.
hmm This should have never happened. So I did a search because I was like, okay, is this a thing that's done in other communities and I just don't know? And it's just something that happens that I'm just unaware of? And maybe it does, but I did a deep dive and I could not find another instance where it's been reported that the FBI or other law enforcement are incinerating drugs in animal shelters. I have not been able to locate that at
Let's
all.
be honest though, this is Montana,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I'm just not surprised. The only other state I would have expected, well, two, I would have expected this to come from Idaho or Wyoming.
Yep.
This is a Montana, Idaho, Wyoming kind of story.
It really is. It shows an extreme lack of care for the animals. And again, I just feel like this director has probably been hamstringed by the FBI doing what the FBI wants, and she's just had to allow it. That's my
Yeah,
opinion. I don't know that for sure, but that's how it sure seems. Um, Directors of these facilities and the people who work there are absolute heroes most of the time.
yes.
And I am sick inside that these people have been exposed to this, not once, but lots of times. It just happened to be worse this time.
My God, it is horrific.
Yep. That's a good point, Christine. A lot of recovering people work at shelters. Yeah, what about
Yeah,
people in recovery that were just exposed to this?
right.
Every bit of this just screams dumb as hell.
Yeah,
So I hope that from this incident that the community has an absolute fit and demands that this practice be stopped immediately and
yeah,
makes the county or the FBI or whoever in law enforcement pony up the money to come up with their own incineration system and never, ever, ever do something like this again. That's my hope.
absolutely.
Yep. Terrible. So that's what I've got, and also just holding space for the all of the living beings who were exposed to this that they're okay.
Definitely.
There could be long-term health ramifications for people and animals, I think, in this instance. So yeah. So with
Most
that,
definitely.
there's a trial playing out that I know that you're interested in tell or excited. Excited. I don't know if that's right. You're aching to tell us about. So I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Not Aiken, but okay. Guys, this is Joshua Hubert. Joshua is on trial in Massachusetts right now
hmm
for a case that I vaguely remember hearing about this when it happened, but I have not followed it at all and just discovered today that it is already quite a ways into trial.
Yeah.
And this is a case that has some twists and some turns. So this
Yeah.
happened in 2017. 2017, a young girl, 7 years old, was kidnapped from her grandparents' home. At the time, she reported that a man strangled her and put a plastic bag over her head and stuffed her in the car of his trunk, in the trunk of his car, good Lord,
We got it.
and
Yeah.
threw her off a bridge into a
Oh.
lake.
And she was how
Uh,
old?
7.
Oh my God.
This was Lake Quinsigamond. I will tell you, I had some help with how to say that. This young girl, they think she fell around 40 feet.
Oh.
But guess what, friends? She was still alive.
Oh.
She said that she knew if she just breathed real shallow, he would think she was dead, because he had strangled her and he put a plastic bag over her head. But it sounds like the plastic bag wasn't sealed because she could still breathe. So she just breathed really shallowly and played dead. He had wrapped her in a blanket. She was in a pink princess onesie, and he threw her over the bridge, around 40 feet fall to the water.
Oh my
When she landed in the water, she managed to get free of the blanket. She swam about 100 yards to a house. She could see a light. You could see the light from a house. This was at like 4 o'clock in the morning. She could see the light from a house from the water, and she swam there, and she ran up to the door and knocked on the door, and they helped her, and they called 911.
What
The
a
fact that
hero. What a
she-
little survivor. Wow.
Right? The fact that she even lived is incredible, right? Well, she immediately reported to the police that the person who did this was her dad's friend named Josh. So just that day had been a birthday party for her dad at her grandparents' house.
Okay.
And his friend, Joshua Hubert, had attended the party.
Mm-hmm.
He was a childhood friend. And what the little girl reports is that she had fallen asleep in a recliner at her grandparents' house because she was staying over. And that she remembers someone picking her up and taking her out the front door. And she initially thought it was her grandpa. And then quickly realized it wasn't, and realized that it was Josh. And Josh put her in the back of the car and said, "I'm taking you to your parents' house."
Mm-hmm.
She's 7. What does she know, right?
Right.
She said that they drove around for a really long time. And after a while, she finally said, "Why aren't we at my parents' house yet?" And he said, "Oh, we must have gotten lost." He then got in the back seat of the car with her for a while. She reported in 2022 that he did, in fact, rape her while he was in the back seat of the car with her. She didn't report that when this happened in 2017. And she says now it is because she didn't actually understand what happened to her.
Right. She was
She
7.
was just an innocent little 7-year-old
Yeah.
who didn't understand what was happening. And it wasn't until she was quite a bit older that she understood what he had actually done to her.
Oh my God.
So his trial started last week. He swears that he is innocent, that he did not do this. And it seems like a slam dunk case, really. But there's a couple of things that are making me go, what the hell? Okay, so one of the things is that there is no DNA of hers anywhere in his car, and there's no DNA of him on her clothing. Now, you might say, he threw her in a lake, she swam, On her underwear was seminal DNA from her father. She has never made any accusations that her dad did anything to her. But if seminal DNA could survive on her underwear from her dad, which we'll talk about where they think that came from, why wouldn't there be seminal DNA from Joshua Hubert?
Right.
The explanation, and I do not doubt this child at all. So the parents said that they had a shared laundry basket where all their laundry went. And so her underwear could have gotten mixed around dad's stuff. But then that would mean a 7-year-old got dirty underwear out to wear, which could happen. I'm not saying that couldn't happen, because it could. The other thing is that a lot of times there was laundry on the floor in the bathroom, and maybe she had clothes on the floor in there, and mom and dad liked to get busy in the bathroom, and dad liked to get busy by himself in the bathroom. And so that must be how the seminal DNA got on her underwear.
Ugh.
It's all a little creepy.
Yeah.
Like to even, but the prosecution immediately admitted that, brought the parents on the stand to explain it, like all the way. And there's not any suspicion on dad at this point. She's never made any accusations that dad did anything to her. This is just kind of a gross situation. And so you're like, okay, well, you can kind of see how maybe that had happened, and especially if a kid was out of underwear and forgot to tell their mom, and so they grabbed dirty underwear out of the laundry basket to wear it. Something like that could happen, right?
Maybe, but it's still pretty.
Maybe
It's a pretty good stretch. But the
it
argument
is.
too that if Dad's seminal fluid could still be on her clothes, then where's Josh's?
Right.
Yeah, that's hard to understand.
Yeah.
Unless he didn't actually ejaculate or he had a condom. I mean, there's things that could explain that.
There are things, except that they like literally no DNA of her anywhere in his car.
Mm-hmm.
She was in the back seat. She was also in the trunk. He was seen cleaning his car the day after by a girlfriend at the time. And that seemed odd because she did say that he never cleaned his car, but he cleaned it inside and out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you wonder. So then the first, after the defense and the prosecution testified, the victim was the very first witness.
Mm-hmm.
And, as is shitty, the defense attorney made her cry on the stand, but she was very tough.
Mm-hmm.
And she continued with her testimony and didn't give in at all. This is one brave kid. She's 15 now.
Wow.
One brave girl, right? Well, something else has come up that isn't really a smoking gun, but it is concerning. And that is that the defense says that they just barely received some cell phone location data on Joshua Hubert's phone that he was actually arrested in 2022, I think, is when actually this all came to fruition. But they have cell phone data that shows that his cell phone was nowhere near where this crime occurred. They're saying that they were just given this information like last week. The defense says they were just given this information last week. Now, defense says a lot. They say a lot of things.
They say a lot of things, yeah.
But it could be it could be a discovery violation. And it could be exculpatory, but not necessarily. We know cell phone data, people leave their phones home, turn their location data off, turn their phone off, like stuff happens.
Yeah.
But the defense, this was the defense's reasoning for so the prosecution actually, when this came out on Wednesday last week, the judge sent the jury home and they didn't even meet again until today because the judge was trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. The defense rested today. And after they rested, of course, the prosecution rested. After that, the defense did the thing they always do, which is they asked for, exoneration, that they didn't prove their case.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did they prove their case? They don't have any DNA. They have no proof of any kind. All they have is the victim's story, which is very strong. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Her identifying him and immediately identifying him by name. And she has never wavered from that identification in all of these years. Mm-hmm. But that is literally all they have on him. And the defense came up and said, we think they're holding stuff from us. They say that they can prove that the detective in this case had that cell phone location information since 2022.
And they just got that's it. True, and they can prove that.
I know it's bad.
That's really bad.
But they did ask for, a mistrial today, and the judge said no, that he is going to let the jury decide, but that the defense will also be presenting that information to the jury. So it is wild.
That could be such a huge appellate issue too.
It could. It's not that I doubt the victim. I don't doubt her at all. She has absolutely no reason to lie about this. She was 7 years old. She literally walked up to these people's house from out of the lake.
Yeah.
And they called, the cavalry for her.
Yeah. Can you imagine being those people?
Right. Some 7-year-old knocks on your door at 7 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning and says, hey, some man just threw me off the bridge. He tried to kill me. He thought I was dead. He strangled me. And
Yeah.
she had visible injuries from being
Sure,
strangled.
sure.
You
A
know, I mean, there's just no
miracle she
question that
lived
this
through that.
happened to this child.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I don't know. The defense has a fair amount to work with in this one.
they really
Pretty
do.
interesting. So I wanted to bring it to you tonight, and then I'll let you know kind of what happens as we go forward and what the outcome of this trial is. I just
So
found it
wait,
interesting
did you say the defense rested or that the state
that
rested?
the state rested, the
Okay.
prosecution rested.
So the defense is still up. Okay, got it.
Hmm. But they tried to say that,
Right,
argue
the
that
state
they
hadn't
hadn't
proved their case.
proved their
Yeah.
case. The judge said that he felt like the victim's testimony was very compelling, and that he did not want to discount that, and that he was going to let the jury decide on this. But interesting, very interesting case.
Hmm.
Also, what a badass, this kid,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
standing
What a
right up in court
survivor.
with him in the room, giving her testimony. Like, really, really
Well,
proud of
just
her. Of course, we don't know
fighting
her
for
name,
her
and even if
life.
we did,
Yeah, of course.
surviving. I mean,
Yeah.
surviving that fall and being able to swim.
Hmm.
I will tell you, I asked Chat GPT to tell me um, how did she survive this? Like, how would someone survive that? Here's a list of things. They said youth, her being only 7,
Hmm.
uh, you know, strong lung capacity, light body weight, really strong fight or flight response, instinct and adrenaline. She was probably already, kind of up for a fight when it happened.
Yeah.
Um, the temperature of the water uh, was warm enough that it didn't kick in hypothermia right away.
Sure.
It also said that the blanket and the pajamas they did weigh her down and create obstacles, but they might have also insulated her body when she hit the water.
Hmm.
Like, just the hitting the water is unreal.
Right.
Um, but also it may have insulated her body a little bit in slowing the shock of the temperature as well. Also, visibility, that she was able to actually look up and see light, so she had a direction to swim toward,
Right.
and that she had survivable physical injuries. Her neck was bruised, but she didn't have any other injuries, or
Wow.
are the reasons that, and she lived. It's just wild to think
Hmm.
that a 7-year-old child could survive that, but she did.
Oh, incredibly wild.
Yeah,
But here she is. Wow.
yeah. It's really quite an incredible story.
So, do we
But
know if he has a criminal history?
I don't know. I don't have much on him at this point. I'm going to look into him a little bit more. I wanted to tell you this story today, and then I will be giving some updates as we go. Because the defense will now start presenting their case.
Yeah.
You would think that a child pointing you out and saying you did this would be enough to
Yeah.
not take this to trial. Like, what the hell?
Right.
But no.
Wow.
Pretty terrifying story, but such a brave girl. I just amazed by her. What a
Oh, me
survivor
too.
and a badass she is.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
She so easily could have died that night and nobody would have ever known what happened to her.
Right, right. Just crazy.
Yeah.
Quite a story. Well, I will keep you updated because this trial is ongoing, and let you know what the outcome is, because there's so much that could happen in this
Yeah.
situation. But I do think that very likely her testimony will override anything.
Yeah.
But we shall see. With that, Katie,
Wowza.
I know that you're going to let us know quite another reason why Utah is not okay.
I honestly don't know that I think Utah could be a bigger mess if they tried. It's just
It is true.
never ending. Never ending. So on the 12th, some people discovered what appeared to be an explosive device under a Fox News 13 van in Salt Lake City.
Yikes.
And as it turned out, yes, it was. Not only that, this bomb was set to go off. It just didn't go off well because these idiots are bad at bomb making, thank God. But
Holy
this wasn't
hell.
just a fake. This wasn't just a lame ass attempt. This was a true device that just was lit and didn't go off because it was built improperly under a
Wow.
news van.
That is terrifying.
So terrifying. So here's what we know. The people that they have arrested are Abib Nasir, age 58. Abib is from Pakistan, but he is a U.S. citizen. And Adil Justice Ahmed Nasir, who is 31. They're not saying that they're father and son, but they appear to be father and son. And the son, Adil, was born in Utah.
Oh, okay.
So, of course, they go to their house. Like, how many times have we heard this shit in Utah? They go to
Oh,
their
boy.
house,
Too
and what
many.
do they discover? Not just Utah, but others, of course. But, well, they discover that their house is full of all kinds of stuff. So they have to evacuate the block, and they find explosive related components, illegal firearms, illegal narcotics, 2 hoax weapons of mass destruction. So 2
What the hell?
bombs that appeared real but were actually fake.
Oh my God.
So, of course, neighbors are evacuated because holy shit,
Yeah.
So, they're both being held without bail. These are the charges: weapon of mass destruction, manufacture, possessing, selling, or using, attempted aggravated arson, threat of terrorism, use of weapon, hoax of mass destruction, explosive, chemical, incendiary, possessing or removing, and explosive, chemical, incendiary, possessing parts. So that's what the charges are right now. But they are saying that they also had illegal weapons. So I wonder if there'll be more charges that come. But at any rate, yeah. So they're both being held without bond. Obviously, the threat of terrorism here is one of the things they're charged with. It is terrifying. That almost happened. Besides everything Utah went through already last week, that almost happened. This wasn't just a threat. They tried to detonate.
Yeah.
My God, Utah. I'm terrified for you guys at this point.
Right? I know. It's just one thing after another after another.
Yeah. Just
Any
seems like
indication why that news van, or if there was any reasoning behind that?
no, there's some evidence that they had, and this gets sticky, and don't be mad at me for saying political things. This is just a part of the reporting. But there's some reporting that they had some anti-Trump stuff on their house. But it really depends on who posts the pictures, what news site, because some of them are showing pictures of their house without anything like that. And a couple of news sites are showing news sites with a couple or pictures with some things like that on the house. So I don't know what's real. So I'm just going to say that. I don't know what's real. It definitely sounds like terrorism. Yes. So again, it just depends on the news site that you're following right now, what appears to be real or not. Right, Bethy. Are they working alone? What online groups do they follow? I would imagine the electronics dump that the prosecutors will have to work with in this one will be, dare I say, voluminous and really terrifying.
Yeah, I think so.
Because, yeah, are they connected to other groups? I would say it's extremely likely. And, yeah. Super scary
Lord,
stuff.
Utah. What is happening, man?
It's like every time we turn around with Utah, there's some other huge crisis, terrible thing happening. It's just,
And so many times it's been bomb related lately.
yes, my gosh, how
Oh,
many
the
times
different
just this year?
pipe bomb deals and Yikes.
Scary, scary stuff. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I would imagine there's a lot more that comes up, for this one. Of course, it is Utah's policy not to release mugshots. That's their law, and so we don't have mugshots of these guys. But
They do violate that for some things we've noticed
they
recently.
apparently do, yeah. But typically, no. And you guys know that. You've followed this with us forever. We can't ever get a mugshot out of Utah. So
Yeah.
I doubt we get mugshots for these guys. There is one picture of them floating around, but it originated with one news site, and no one else is really running with it except for some others that are kind of, I'm not sure if they're trustworthy,
Mm,
so I'm not going to share it with you because we have seen
no.
this before where people publish pictures of who are supposedly the bad guy just to discover that they're not the bad guy at all, and their
It
picture's been,
just happened to a guy in Canada last week out of
yeah,
Utah.
spread all over the internet. So yes, so we're super, super careful about doing that. We have done that. We did that one time. It was horrible. Uh, many, many
Oh,
years
wow.
ago. So we're super careful. So I'm not going to share a picture of them because I don't know if it's them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But we will.
But either
Maybe
way,
we'll get pictures. Maybe we won't. I guess in court,
right.
sometimes we get pictures in court. But
But I think these are federal charges, so probably not.
yes, they probably, yeah, probably won't.
Maybe
Probably
we'll
won't
get
know much
some
about this at all.
some drawings. Yeah. So with that being said, this is clearly terrorism. It's also yet again going after news and news journalists, which is something that has become extremely concerning across the globe. Not just become, it's
Yes.
been concerning forever, but just this last couple of years it's been scarier. And we will always stand with journalists because
Always.
that's not good. Not good at
No.
all.
No, it is not.
So, Utah friends, please be safe and okay. We are pretty
Yes.
scared for you at this point.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we have for you tonight. We have a lot coming this week.
Yeah.
As Katie mentioned earlier, we do have the watch party on Wednesday night. We're going to be watching this little number right here. Now, please, if you have seen this, if you know anything about it, no spoilers, please. For those who have not seen it, we're going to be watching Unknown Number, the high school catfish over on Netflix. That's Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain. And the way you get access to that is you join our little membership over on Buy Me a Coffee. So if you go to truecrimesquad.com, click on Buy Me a Coffee, it will take you to our page where you can join our $2 a month membership. That gets you into the watch party. We don't watch this show together because that would be illegal. What we do is everybody watches it individually, but we have an open chat. So we chat together and
Yeah.
experience it together. And this is going to be quite an experience, whether you've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
it or not. This is going to be quite an experience. So
Oh, yeah.
watch
Mars
for
has been
that
trying to
on
make me watch
Wednesday.
this. Yes. Mars has been trying to make me watch this for 2 weeks. You have to watch it so we can talk about it. And I'm like, I cannot because we're watching it for the watch party. So, the word on the street is she's attending the watch party because she really wants to see what the rest of you think of this.
It is something else. This is a story that it's tough to watch. I will tell
Hmm.
you. But yes, it is really good. And even if you have seen it, please come watch it with us. We just ask to not give the end away because, for
Yeah.
people who haven't seen it,
Wow.
that's
Lucky's
only
mom says
fair.
she lives 20 minutes from where this took place. Oh, my God.
Good Lord. That is hideous. What a terrible story. So we will be
Yeah.
doing that. Also, some of you mentioned my fingernails, so I wanted to show them to you. I can't show them to you on camera because they're too little, but I have a picture. I did get my Halloween nails done.
Cute.
I'm a couple of weeks early on it. I don't care if you can see that. They're black and purple. There's a little teeny kitty on a moon. They turned out really, really cute. So
You are not too early. It is spooky season. It's official. So,
I think it
no.
is. I think it
Yeah.
counts. Yes.
Yeah.
So we will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Mountain with our usual live stream. We'll have, I don't know, all kinds of other crazy crime shit to bring to you. You know we will. We'll be
Yes,
back
we will.
Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain for case updates, and then we will be live on Thursday. We're heading out on our little trip Thursday evening, but we will be live Thursday. We
Hmm.
will be in Tacoma, Washington on
Hmm.
Sunday. Let me tell you, we do have a little meetup happening on Sunday in Tacoma. I believe we're going to Tacoma Pizza, but now that I'm sure that that's what it's called, I can't remember. So I'm just going to double check here our conversations on this. Maybe. I don't know. We will. I'll be finding it in just a second. Sorry.
Yes, but it will be pizza, and it will be in Tacoma, and it is on Sunday. We
Yes,
can tell you all
Sunday
about what it was like to pet the capybaras and the otters, because the whole reason we're going to Tacoma is to fulfill a Christmas present that I gave Kristi, well, for Christmas last year, to pet a capybara. It's happening. But we also paid up to pet otters. I did. Me and Matt did. So, it's going to be great. Too. Are you going to pet otters too? Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm not going to get bit by otters.
We heard a scary rumor that they bite really bad, but they are going to love us. It'll be fine.
Okay, I'm going to find this later because I cannot figure out what thread it's in, but it's over in our Discord, and we'll let you know. But it is in Tacoma. I think it is Tacoma Pizza at noon on Sunday, this coming, the 21st. We will be there, and, if you're in the area, come on over and come visit with us. I think it'll be
for sure. It's going to be great.
It is. And yes, we will be able to tell you all about the capybaras and the otters and everything else. So
and the sloths excited. And all the things.
All the fun stuff. Yeah, we will. All righty. Well, you know it. We are the True Crime Squad. Thanks for being here.
Take care.
Season 6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.